wanna know what sucks? Bootlegs. These things. Bootlegs. They suck. Bootlegs are the worst thing ever. Don't get them. I have a few examples. See this? No Godzilla incarnation looks like this. It's red. Burning Godzilla's red. He wasn't this red. Shin Godzilla was red. Neither was he. No Godzilla looks like this. And look at how stupid small his tail is, like, and the articulation, like, swivels here. Ugh. And this thing, made from plastic. See this? Like, it's the same exact figure, different material, and different back spikes. Bootlegs are weird, and they even have the guts to make bootleg minifigures. See this little guy? This guy ain't so bad. I'll give it that. But this one, see this? This is supposed to be Gigan. Now look at this. Is this Gigan? No, it isn't. Don't get them. Bootlegs are a knockoff, cheap version of the real thing. If you guys want to get a good Godzilla figure, get a Bandai Creation or a NECA. They're only about $15 to $20 each. Gosh. Hey guys, I'm back. Llamaman is back. And you wanna know something that's also bad? Behemoth. Now you might be saying, who's Behemoth? Well, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't be asking that. Because Behemoth is a mammoth. A behemoth kaiju. A monster. Well, what are some of his abilities? Why is he so popular? I have no clue. We don't care about any other monster that appears in there. We don't care about Methuselah. We don't care about that giant spider. We don't care about the new Muto. No, we just care about Behemoth. Why Behemoth? It's just Manny with ape arms. Manny with ape arms. Manny from Ice Age, you know him? Yeah. Why is he so popular? He has no right to be. I mean, sure, he's a cool monster, but we don't know anything about him. He just shows up briefly on, like, a little camera thing in King of the Monsters, and then appears at the end of the bowing scene. Why is he so darn popular? Is it because of his tusks? Is it because he's a mammoth? Is it because he's part ape? Is it because he has a cool HD shot? I'll give it that. That is cool. But why is he so popular? He has no right to be. He's cool, but he's not meant to be that popular. We don't care about the Mutos that much, and we don't care about that spider thing. We don't care about, like, any of the kaiju. We just care about this little behemoth guy. Why do we care about Behemoth? It's weird. So do yourself a favor and pay attention to that new Muto, the spider, or one of the other kaiju that appear in that darn movie. Hey everybody, Llamaman here, and today I'm going to be ranting about TikTok. Wait, what do you mean this is already on TikTok?
Hello everyone. In a time where everything is so different, all these uncertainties that are ruling this world and causing us to go in a state of panic, there's one thing that I know, that even if it does somehow come back full on, that I hope this problem itself about it gets fixed. And that is movie theaters. What about movie theaters? Specifically, you know those little advertisements before the movies? Yeah, sometimes they have a tendency to put a trailer of the movie you're about to watch before the movie itself. Like, they sometimes do that with Godzilla, King of the Monsters. You remember that movie back in 2019? Yeah, I saw it and loved it. But here's the thing. They put a trailer before the movie. If someone's trying to go in blind, they know about the movie, but they don't know anything what's in it. They don't know who's starring in it. They haven't seen any footage. If someone's like that, they're completely screwed. Because they don't want to watch an advertisement of the movie they're about to see. What's even the point of that? Advertisements are supposed to get people to watch the movie. But, like, what's advertising the movie before you're watching the movie in the same theater gonna do? Are you trying to make them watch it more than once? Let the movie decide for that for themselves. Movie theaters, if they ever decide to come back full on like they did before in Hollywood, they better fixing up their act and tighten up that problem. Llamaman out.
You know what ticks me off? Pens and pencils. Why? Well, I'll tell you why. Pencils are bad. Be honest with me here. Sure, they're genius. You can write stuff with them, erase stuff with them. But the thing is, every time you write with it, it gets duller and duller and duller. And every time it gets duller, you have to sharpen it. Good luck trying to find a pencil sharpener that actually works. Because otherwise, it's going to be either, it's not going to sharpen the thing at all, it's going to break it, or it's going to sharpen it in this weird way where the wood overlaps the pencil lead. And that's happened to me several times in the past. If you want to be even more technical, erasers on pencils are some of the most unluckiest pieces of rubber in the world. Why? People just tend to pick them off. I see pencils, little tiny erasers from pencils laying on the floor, especially at schools. And that is kind of a big problem. If you pick pencils, if you pick erasers off the top of pencils, stop doing that. We don't like to clean up after yourselves, and especially pencil shavings. That's another thing. You get it all over the place. Unless if you have a garbage can handy, or unless if the pencil sharpener has a container, then you're pretty much screwed. You gotta clean it up. And pens. Now pens are not as bad because they don't make a mess with pencil shavings, and they especially do not break their leads because they're ink. And in my opinion, pens are better than pencils, as I said. But they still have their own problems. Because for those that prefer pens, you're going to get constantly asked, why do you use pencils? Or why do you use pens instead of pencils? And it's happened to me several times as well. People always come up to me, why do you always use pens instead of pencils? It's like, people, let me write whatever I want to write. How about this? Next time I go to school, I'm going to bring in a pack of markers, or whatever thing, I don't even know. Crayons. Yeah, crayons. How about pencil crayons? There you go. Colored pencils. But pens, don't get used to them. Why? Because every time you use a pen, it gets lower on ink. Before you know it, it's going to run out. And unlike pencils, where you can just sharpen it and you'll be good to go, pens, you got to buy another one. Unless if you can somehow take out the pen ink little thing, throw that in the garbage, and then replace it with a new one, but you already have an empty pen, so what's the point? You might as well just buy new pens, but that's going to be quite costly if you use pens on a regular basis, constantly losing ink. So yeah, just a little thing from your boy Llamaman here. Pens and pencils can suck sometimes. You know what sucks? Building blocks. Specifically, things like Legos and Connects. Why? Because that's all they are. Multicolored little tiny bricks that you snap together, and you have people that literally go above and beyond and make these crazy structures. I saw someone make the Death Star from Star Wars. You have to be very into Legos in order to do something like that. Okay? There's no way around it. If you want another thing, I guarantee, if you go to any toy store, you will find at least one thing that is a building block. Legos, Connects, like I said earlier, any form of, like, say, knockoff. I'd say, like, what was once Toys R Us, or I don't know what other toy store there is that was big as Toys R Us was. Clearly, toy stores aren't that big anymore, considering the fact that the biggest one just shut down in the U.S. Honestly, I'm getting off track. But look, my point is, if you're not a creative person, and if someone gives you a pack of Legos, you are screwed. Take it from a person who isn't creative at all. Me, Llamaman. The guy underneath here is actually pretty creative on his own. With that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching this episode of Llamaman. Tune in next time where we talk about something else. Remember, it's always a different topic each day. See you later, everyone. Hello, everyone. It is I, the handsome, majestic, all-powerful Llamaman. And you know what I'm here to rant about today? Tape. Why tape? Well, picture this. Let's say you're in elementary school. We've all had that one day where we're working on some sort of creativity assignment kind of thing, and we use the tape. Now, normally we would use glue for paper, but here, just for temporary purposes, we're using tape. Just as you're unraveling it, and you expect it to just go complete with it, and then you break it off with, say, a pair of scissors, or if it has one of those metal things that cuts it off for you, it'll cut it off, and you'll be done and good to go, right? Nope. Instead, sometimes the pair of scissors, if you're using duct tape, for example, the scissors sometimes struggles with it. And if it's clear tape, sometimes it has a tendency to stick to itself. Or if it does have one of those metal things, it just shreds it. It doesn't even cut it in a straight line. Well, it doesn't cut it straight off. It actually kind of shreds these little holes in it. And then you keep pulling and hoping that it'll get loose. But no, just keeps shredding the thing. Tape is not fun to deal with, folks. Trust me, we've all had that day where we struggle with tape. Tape is not all bad. It comes in a lot of different shapes and sizes. For example, I once heard about this guy named Phil Swift. You guys might remember him from the Flex Seal commercials. He has this flex tape that is apparently strong enough to repair a boat. A flippin' boat. A boat fixed out of you don't screw him. If he's really that confident that his tape can fix a boat, then that's actually proven. That's actually pretty good for the future of tape. So long story short, tape has a bright future, but for the past, it has not been good for tape. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching this episode of Llamaman, and we'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone. Do you remember an old episode I did, the very first one of Llamaman, and it was about bootlegs? Well, it turns out I still have more to say about them. In fact, ever since my first episode, the collection has grown, and I've gotten more knockoffs to show you guys. Last time we took a look at a mini little Godzilla, a mini little Gigan that looked like a monkey, and two semi-large Godzilla figures that were about 8 inches tall. Now, we're going to start with Rodan. Yeah, this thing is supposed to be Rodan. That looks more like a horse, doesn't it? Looks more like a donkey. And not to mention, his wings look more like bat wings. Sure, the Rodan wings look like that, but I don't know. There's just something about this that looks more like a superhero cape or bat wings as opposed to Rodan's wings. Here is Godzilla. His arms are way too skinny and way too long. These almost look like Kong arms or a human's arms. And his tail is too thick at the bottom. That and his head is too squared as well. What is he trying to be? 2014, 2019, 2021, 98? Whichever. Godzilla has a box-shaped head. And the biggest example, this guy. This guy is the knockoff of the Bandai movie monster series. This is the real version. This is the fake version. From a distance, you couldn't even tell the difference, but if you look up close, you'll see this one has decently applied paint. This one has sloppily applied paint. And not to mention, both of them have the copyright information. So if you're not careful, you might end up buying this one instead of this one. Now, for posability, yeah, this one beats this one any day of the week. But if you want the real McCoy, go with this one. I suggest Amazon. Or maybe Hobby Link Japan, depending on if those guys still sell these suckers. Anyways, guys, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. You know what sucks? Fidget spinners. Why? Well, they were lame. They were always lame. And basically, they were overrated. And no, I'm sticking by my actual opinion. Now, it's not this guy underneath here's opinion. It's just my opinion. Llamaman's opinion. Why? Because all they just are. It's just... That's all they do. I don't know where my fidget spinner went, but I'm glad I lost it. But I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Fidget spinners suck. All they do is spin. Now, granted, yes, it does help people who have fidgeting problems. Well, at least I think that's their intention. To, keep them kind of distracted, I guess. But what was with all the craze? What was with it? There's plenty more things to be excited about. But no, you get excited by, oh, the little plastic is spinning round and round. I never seen Ferris wheels got that much craze. Now, granted, they are pretty popular, but fidget spinners were literally taking over the world. I don't know, just my opinion. You know what sucks? Plastic bags. Now, I know what you're thinking. How could plastic bags be so bad? Well, I've got a few examples. You know when you're at a grocery store and then all of a sudden, you're just kind of picking out some stuff and like groceries, and then you go to check out, you're paying for stuff, then you walk out. Yeah. There's going to be a chance that if you buy too much groceries, or one of the groceries weighs like 1,000,000 tons, you're holding it by the handle, and then all of a sudden it just rips. What do you do then? All your stuff is out on the ground, potentially on the street, if you're in a parking lot, going to your car. Yeah, you're absolutely screwed. So you have to scramble getting all your stuff together and trying to get that bag back together while you're holding it like this instead of just like this. You're literally like clenching the entire thing, trying to keep it shut. Another thing I don't like is that Ziploc bags. Yeah, you know those things. Well, what's so bad about them? Sometimes people like to use them for this. They like to fill it up with air, seal it, and then pop it like a balloon. That's not what Ziploc bags are for. Learn to treat bags correctly. You know what sucks? Heat and cold. Allow me to explain why. Heat, we all know, comes from, well, summertime. And in summertime, we tend to get really hot. Now, we might go and resort to things maybe by getting some soda at a local corner store, grocery store, or maybe some ice cream. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff. And maybe we could get, maybe, what can we get here? We can also get smoothies. Yeah, good stuff. But then, it becomes like so hot outside to the point where you can literally just crack an egg on the floor and it'll cook itself. And then winter comes. Well, obviously you have fall, spring, and the transitional season. But then you have winter. And like it's so freezing cold It's a blizzard. And like winter, I don't even know how to describe it. It is so cold. You have to get hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate's good, yes. But why can't, hold on, how do I probably say this? You have to get hot drinks or hot food in order just to stay warm. Or just to feel warm on the inside by consuming something. But then that's the opposite of what you have to do for summer. I honestly don't like that. You know what? I'm gonna wrap that up for now for heat and cold. You know what sucks? Crayons. Why do we have them? There's no point. Like, why do we even have them? Markers and pencil crayons are enough. Okay? Look at it this way. Crayons are messy and they are obnoxious. Okay, look at this. If you compare a marker and a pencil crayon to a regular crayon, here's how it works. Markers, you draw them, right? They're really good for drawing stuff. And there's nothing really on your hands that gets in the way, unless if you like smear something on your piece of paper. But that only happens if you're resting your hand on the actual paper itself while you're drawing or whatnot. Pencil crayons are kind of the same thing. You know, you just write stuff and you do that. But your crayons are not like that. If you were to hold them, you look at your hand and there's like all this like purple or green or blue stuff. Red, orange, yellow, pink, all the colors, depending on which one you use, obviously. And that's because most of the time, kids just like to peel the little the sleeves off of them. The skin off of it, I guess. So basically, they're stupid and they're pointless. We have pencil crayons and we have markers. No one uses crayons. Maybe only little kids in elementary school might use them. But I certainly don't. You know what sucks? Toilets clogging up. Let's be honest. It's happened to all of us. We're just doing our business on the toilet. And then all of a sudden we go to flush. Obviously use TP first. But when you flush it, the water just starts rising, but it doesn't go back down. It just keeps rising. So thinking like there's something wrong with it, you push it again, and it just keeps rising. Then you know, alright, it's clogged. I gotta go get a plunger. Boy, has that happened to me several times. I don't like plunging, okay? It's just taking that plunger and just constantly going up and down with it. It's not fun. And meanwhile, you're getting water and poop all over you, potentially pee, or whatever's in the toilet. You don't want to know who's been sitting on that toilet seat. No one does. Toilets clogging up is not good. First, I rant about pens and pencils. Then I rant about crayons. Now it's time to rant about markers. Markers suck. Sometimes. The reason why they don't suck all the time is because markers are really good. You can color with them. They're the best option for coloring in my opinion. But the problem starts to arise when people start treating them like toys. They freaking make stacks of them, called like a lightsaber, swinging across the room, potentially hitting someone in the face with it. Not fun. Also, they can dry out. Name the last time you heard of a drawing utensil drying out. Does painting count, actually? Does paint count? Well, I mean, there's also pens, so I guess that's also something. But yeah, markers are bad in some aspects. You know what sucks? Soda. No question. Soda is really bad. Now, soda on its own tastes really good. We can all agree on that. And it has that nice signature, well, you know, fizz we're all used to. Different flavors. But the thing that sucks about it is that you have to drink it cold and it has to be fizzy. If you don't have either of those things, no good. If it's fizzy but not cold, it sucks. If it's cold but not fizzy, it sucks. Anything goes. Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, anything. Anything like that sucks.
Hey everybody, Llamaman here, and I'm back in a whole new style and a whole new rant. But let's not get into that. Let's get to the real reason why you're here. Let's talk about these stupid push pencils. Why do they exist? Look at this. You can push it all you want. You do it with pens, but that's reasonable. You don't push a pencil. And next thing you know, these leads are fragile as heck. Look at this. I'll lightly touch it. Lightly touch the surface. Boom. It's broken. And worst thing is, if you want to interchange the leads, you have to remove this stupid rubber eraser that's like glued to that thing, might as well be. So don't even bother with these. Crayons are a better option than this garbage, and you already know how much I hate those. Hey everybody, Llamaman here, and I'm back with a whole new style and a whole new rant. But this time, I'm here to talk about this stupid keyboard. Why is this keyboard so stupid, you may ask? Well, look at this dang spacebar. It's so wobbly. What does this want to be? A spacebar or a teeter-totter or seesaw, whatever you pronounce it. And here's the worst part. This thing just won't stay. Look at this. This keyboard is not wobbly. This is good. And you go to this spacebar and it's freaking wobbly as heck. Look at this. It's stupid. And another thing I hate about it is that it gets in the way of typing. It prohibits you from at least making a good contact with the spacebar. Press the spacebar. You have to press it in the direct middle. Not everybody is going to know that, or has the instinct to press it in the direct middle. It's such a big button. Why couldn't it just be on any other side? Oh, and here's the source of the problem. It only has one spring at the direct middle, while this spacebar has multiple springs, so that's why it sucks. Oh, and I might as well throw this in while we're on the subject of cruddy keyboards. Look at this. The kickstands. Why do they exist? They're stupid, and I don't like them.
Hey everybody, Llamaman here, but this time, it's gonna be a tad bit different, as this time, we're doing another episode on pens and pencils. With me, I have these. Your standard, special, kind of just well-wrapped pencil, your basic pen that you find at the dollar store, and these pencils that commonly artists use. Now, what's so bad about these? Well, it's not about them. Kinda, sorta, not really. It's actually what people think of them. See, when I was young, I used to get ridiculed by these things all the time. People would make fun of me. People would, constantly ask me, why do I use a pen instead of a pencil? Because think about this. We're doing a test, okay? And I see all the people busting out their pencils, and I'm like, okay, I'll just bust out my pen. No problem, right? That one kid looks over and sees my pen, and he just asks, why not use a pencil? Why are you using a pen? Does it matter? Does it honestly matter that much that we're using pens instead of pencils? It's just my personal preference. I like the grip of pens much more than the one of pencils. What is much more harder than pens anyway? So that way I'm not constantly jabbing the thing into my hands while I write. And leaving marks on my fingers. At best, with a pen, I'm only going to get ink on my hands, but that's easily washable. Same with pencil leads, but those marks that pencil leaves you when you're pressing down really hard, that's not going to wash off. You're going to have to wait a few days. So, what's with the big deal? Is this, some sort of mandatory debate? Of course not. These are basic writing necessities. They're just here to help us write. There's so much more things to them, and so much more things like them, like highlighters, crayons,
things like that. But of course, there has to be that few people that ask why we use pencils or pens instead of pencils. Like, what's with the big deal? If you're a person who likes pencils or pens or one over the other, that's fine. But I guess people's main argument is that pens run out of ink. And while that is true, don't pencils have the same problem with leads? You constantly sharpen them and they turn it into like these little tiny sizes to the point where they're basically pointless anymore, aside from those people that just keep them in their binders or pencil cases or whatever, just as novelties, I guess. So that makes that argument completely invalid. Basically, my point is, don't get suckered into this debate. It's stupid. Llamaman, out.
Hey everyone, Llamaman here, and I'm here with another rant for you all. So, you guys know about crazy glue? Yeah, that's like one of the most commonly used items, right? Well, here I have a NECA Mothra and NECA Mothra V2, Rodan, and some other figures you can see, including Gigan and the Playmates King Kong from Kong Skull Island. Now what's so bad about this? Do you see that? All that little white stuff? That is glue. That's all crazy glue. Like, why does glue need to be that runny? Now, hold on. Let's actually go to the biggest problem of runny glue. This guy. Look at him. His head broke off. And so I had to glue it back on, but it's so runny, it's like water, except it sticks. Water is not sticky. It's wet. Why does crazy glue need to be this liquidy? I don't understand. Llamaman, out.
Hello everyone, Llamaman here, and I'm back with another episode. But this is going to be the last episode of Season 2A, which means the next few episodes are going to be a little bit different, but they're going to still provide the same quality, of course. But this time, we're here ranting on something that has been grinding me for my gears for years, basically. So what is this something, you may ask? Well, time limits in video games. So what do I mean? So here we have a Nintendo 3DS game that you guys might remember called New Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, I, of course, love this game. But, you all know what I don't love? This pesky little thing up here. The time limit. This has existed something that's been existing since the 80s. Why do we need time limits? The whole point of the game experience is that we want it to last as long as we wish. But this little pesky thing just has to ruin it. Do you want to know why some people are turned away by games? This is why. They feel like they have a limit on them when all they're trying to do is figure it out. If you need a time limit, at least put it on some levels rather than not just the first one. I hated the time limit ever since I was a little kid, and I still hate it now. I ain't no video game expert, but I'll tell you this. Anything that puts a limit on you, rather than you just feeling free and doing whatever the heck you want to, in terms of video games, is absolutely stupid. And when Llamaman thinks it's stupid, you know it is stupid. Hello everyone, welcome back to Llamaman. I'm Llamaman, as the name of this series suggests, and it's been a while since we've last talked, huh? Yeah, it has. But with that being said, it's time to do what I do best, and rant. This rant is going to be a little different. Here we have these gross hands. Aren't I a llama? Hold up, I just realized. How come I have hands? I'm a llama. Aren't I supposed to have hoofs? Well, my name is Llamaman, so I'm fused with the man. So I guess the head can... You get it. And if I'm a llama too, I'm supposed to spit. There we go. There, that ought to do it. Anyway, welcome back to Llamaman. It's been a while since we last talked, It's almost the New Year's, practically. Or, I mean, it basically is the New Year. Hope you guys are having a wonderful time with your family, your friends. We just got off the heels of Christmas. See what I did there? Heaves, hooves, heels. Nah. Might as well make a rant about my stupid puns. But today, I'm going to be ranting about online opinions. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, normally when we go online, there are a lot of people who don't like each other's opinions. Because when we have a different opinion to someone, a lot of the time, that makes that person think that we are their enemy or vice versa. So let me give a good example. It's rather basic, excluding the more controversial ones, but this one is decently controversial within itself. Let's say this is me, and this is you. Now, obviously, we both have different characters that we like. Let's say it is Super Smash Brothers. Everyone knows that game, right? So, we all like different characters from that game. Let's say I like Dr. Mario, which I do. This person despises Dr. Mario as a character because he's a clone or whatever. And then he brings up that he likes Bayonetta. I personally do not like Bayonetta. I can't stand going on online Smash Bros. And getting bombarded with all these Bayonetta players who keep constantly kicking my butt, even though I main Dr. Mario and that's who I play as constantly. So, we confront each other online. I say that I like Dr. Mario, he says he likes Bayonetta, and then all of a sudden we get into a little tussle, and that's kind of the problem. Can we not learn to respect each other's opinions? Because I sure have, at least. Sure, I just gave an example of what I would do, but the question is, would I could be able to do it, but I won't go after a person simply because of what they think. Needless to say, can't we at least respect each other's opinions as long as they are respectable? Come on, people. That's just one of my things. Personally, obviously there are lines and people tend to cross them when it comes to opinions, but I don't want to get into that. I'm talking purely about this stuff. So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching this episode of Llamaman. If you guys liked it, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out, everybody. Hey, look, 2 fingers. Kind of reminds me of my hoofs. I miss having hoofs. Hello, everyone. Llamaman here. And we're back with another rant. You know me. And honestly, to be frank, I'm barely buying this either, because we're here with a different type of subject. Spamming. Now, how many of you have been spammed? We've all been spammed at some point. If we use technology in the last 5 years, we've gotten spammed, say, by callers, by emailers, by, all these sorts of things. It's just nonsensical. The other day, I was just on my own. I was just minding my own business, and then all of a sudden, I just get repeated spams. This is the noise you heard in your parents' room the other night, huh? Anyways, this was just infuriating me. I was on Discord, right? And then next thing you know, I'm getting spam pinged. 4 pings in a row. And then I'm like, okay, there must have been some sort of event going on. Nope, it turns to 8. And I'm like, okay, what's going on there? So I go look at the pings, and then here come 4 more. And now we're up to 12 pings. And it's just so much. It turns out it was a freaking raid. That should be a whole different subject for another video, eh? Raids? Raid Shadow Legends. But, what kind of fun is that? That's not fun. If you spam, then you're a loser. You're just looking for attention. Find other ways to find attention instead of spamming somebody. See you guys later. Hello everyone, it's me Llamaman here, and I'm back with these disgusting fingers. Ugh. Anyway, I'm here to talk about something relatively harmful physically, because we've all had this experience at least once in our lives. The experience of stepping on something sharp. May I need to say anything more? Just picture this for in your mind. You're just walking around, and then all of a sudden, you freaking step on something sharp. It could be anything. Small shard of glass, a little tack someone left when they're doing that one little art project, maybe even a Lego brick. Oh, a Lego. That's probably one of the most common. That's one of the risks of having a kid who likes Legos, huh? Just stepping on it just causes so much pain and irritation. I mean, I was having a conversation with Godzilla not too long ago. He said that he ran into the Lego store, the Lego factory, and he did not like that experience. I feel bad for the guy. Anyways, that's all I have to say for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out, everybody. Hello, everyone. Llamaman here. And today, we're going to be ranting about shallow foam pits. Now, at first, you might realize, this doesn't sound too much of a big problem. Guess what? It is a big problem. I have been to many trampoline parks, we'll say, that have different foam pits. No, not ball pits. That's something McDonald's has. At least so in America. But when it comes down to foam pits, people can be so inconsistent with them. People can fill these suckers up to the brim with it, or other times they can be so shallow you might as well not have the thing and just have the concrete pit. What? It'll grant you a one-way trip to pretty much the hospital, assuming your country actually has free health care, that is, free health insurance, whatever it may be. But yeah, anyway, I definitely don't like shallow foam pits. I jump, and my expectation is to land on a spongy surface. Nope. I jump, and next thing you know, my butt is completely out of order now. All because somebody didn't fill that foam pit all the way. Let alone, if you're gonna make a foam pit, at least make it so it's like, I don't know what the bare requirement is, but I'd recommend like 3-4 feet, but even then that seems a little low. You know, it's gotta be at least maybe around half the size of the person who's jumping in it. Like, come on. Do you guys want people hurting themselves on bare concrete? No. And also, what other sucks is objects get left behind. You better be sure that, alright, you better have zippers with, pockets with zippers or pockets with buttons. Otherwise, do not carry anything with you in the foam pits. Because otherwise, you're going to, say if you have a phone, right? It's in an open pocket. You just slide it in, that's it. You jump in there, and because of your impact and you twisting and turning around just to get out of the freaking thing, your phone completely falls out of that thing. Freaking thing. It just does not. It's so bad, and it's probably lost for good in there because you're going to be getting the staff to just look everywhere around the thing. I've heard stories where some people found phones and such in a foam pit. Think of how much memories on that phone could there be. It sucks. And more people should do more things about it. So if anyone is out there watching this video and they own a trampoline park or foam pit park, whatever the heck, do yourself a favor and make sure your foam pits are actually filled or deepened a little bit and then filled up more. Otherwise, just don't have them at all. Because I don't like shallow foam pits. And that's honestly something that sucks. See you guys in the next video. Hey everyone, Llamaman here. And if anyone has not realized it yet, this is my final episode. Now, of course, this can mean a lot of different things. You know, usually when a show ends, it has like some sort of big epic finale, right? Where all the characters just go to war or something, and there's just like this big climax and everything. Well, my show doesn't have that. I'm the only character. And realistically, the only enemy is the things I rant about. And I can't really fight the things I rant about, can I? No, because they're topics. They're minor inconveniences. Well, this one is a major inconvenience. Because as the final, essentially, rant I'm going to be picking climate change, pollution, global warming, pretty much those things. Was there any reason why we needed this to happen? No, there isn't. Like, there's literally no point to, like, this whole thing. We're literally just tearing up our own planet. All because of, just exactly that. We're literally making the planet hotter. The ice glaciers are melting. We don't do something soon, this world is just gonna keep heating up over time. And, it's not fun. Especially like gas, for example. That can cause a bit of pollution, especially oil. People dump them in the seas and expect it to just be no problem. Well, guess what? It is our problem, and you just made it everyone's problem by dumping into the ocean, killing, like, who knows how much aquatic life there is. My good gosh. This is purely outrageous. And furthermore, it's completely killing not just our world, but the life too. Seriously, I think, like, I read something about, like, 50% of natural wildlife has been killed off in recent years or something. Or maybe in the past century or whatever. But even then, I need to fact check that. But you know what? There's a lot of things we can do to save our planet. For example, maybe start, recycling and throwing away your garbage instead of just leaving it out on the streets. I see tons of garbage, tons of litter just out there, There's sites that you can visit. There are so many things that you can do to help save this planet. And I'm honestly, as a Llamaman, get the name, it infuriates me that this is where our world is going down. But with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to my final rant for Llamaman. It has been an absolute pleasure serving you guys and just getting to know me and ranting about my stuff throughout the past 4 years since 2019 when I started this whole Spilio thing. And you have not heard the last of Llamaman, that's for sure. But this is going to be the end of Llamaman, the series. Thank you all for tuning in. And honestly, I'll see you again probably one day very, very soon. Peace out, everyone.